guys, it's your girl Bianca B, and on today's episode of our indie series, we have Detonator.
Hey.
He's here today. We're going to talk about his clothing line, him as an artist, and more. So please continue watching.
Yeah. Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2.
So Detonator, how are you?
What up, B? How are you?
Good.
Glad to be in Cali.
I know,
LA.
it's so hot.
I know. It's blazing. I wasn't expecting this. I was not.
So you're from the East Coast or
Yes.
whatever. So when you come to LA, what is the first thing you do?
Oh man, the food, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of. I hate to eat the junky fast food, but you guys got places here that we don't have there. I mean, I hate to be touristy too and go get the Roscoe's, but you know, if I don't come here and not get that,
Yeah,
New York won't respect me.
Yeah, every time my friends come here, they always want to go to Roscoe's.
Yeah.
So you call
It's
yourself, you call yourself Mr. 9 to 5.
Correct.
Okay, so how did you come up with that, and what was the concept behind, that title?
Sure. So my whole thing is I work a 9 to 5 like a lot of us do, but at the same time chase dreams. So I found myself a lot of times in that cubicle feeling kind of trapped. Like, damn, I have dreams that are way bigger than this little tiny space they got me locked into. So honestly, from there with the music, I just wanted to speak my truth in everything. So for me, it was my first project I titled Mr. 9 to 5 because that's exactly what it was. That was my life.
Yeah, and so people who are in a cubicle and have that type of business mindset where they like being comfortable. What advice can you give to people who should dream bigger? Because I feel the same way about like 9 to 5s
Sure.
and like the being comfortable and
Sure.
that day-to-day routine. What advice can you give to people who want to be an artist and don't know how to do it?
My biggest thing is find what you're passionate about and go after it. I feel like a lot of people are just complacent. They're like, I'm stuck in this 9 to 5. This is going to be my life for the next 40, 50 years. And that to me was miserable. It's like, if you have something you honestly are passionate about, and I feel like that's step one, to figure out what that thing is. Don't do something just because you think it's going to make money. I hear people all the time, they'll jump from the 9 to 5 to, I want to do real estate or I'm going to do this. And it's like, is your heart in that or are you just doing it because it's about money?
Right.
But I feel like once you figure out what you're passionate about, just go full speed. Figure it out. Bump your head, bump your knee a bunch of times and just figure it out. Make mistakes. Understand that comes with the territory, but don't be scared to try it.
Your clothing line, let's
Yes.
talk about that. How did
Let's
you
talk
know
about
that you wanted to start that? Like, what made you want to do that?
My thing is, I've always been into fashion, but the thing with me is when I talk about passions, it's like, I feel like people get put in a box like, okay, you're supposed to be an artist, be an artist, and that's it. It's like, no, there's like so many different elements to me as a human being, just like all of us. And fashion is another thing I was always interested in. So I was just like, as long as I'm pursuing my passions, I'm going to do everything under the sun that my heart desires. And fashion was just one of them. Honestly, when I first started it, it was very simple stuff like just putting quotes on shirts that honestly motivated myself.
Right.
The biggest one for me was "Don't quit your daydream." So that was the first shirt I put out, and we sold a lot of them. Like surprisingly,
they look bomb
to me.
in the
Thank
colors.
You. I
too.
appreciate
Yeah.
that. I appreciate that. Thank you. And I mean, from there, it just evolved into, all right, that worked. Let me just let me put something a little swaggy.
Yeah.
That was kind of just like a quote on a shirt. And then from there, it evolved. The funny thing is, Dream in Color is one of the biggest pieces that we put out now.
Yeah.
And that evolved from the first live show, the first independent live show I ever put on. I had done a bunch of showcases, a bunch of shows for other people. And then one day I said, I'm doing all these shows, bringing out 40, 50 people to somebody else's show. It's like I could do this myself.
Exactly.
And our first show was entitled Dream in Color. And from there I said, this logo looks so dope.
It is, and that purple. I
Thank
love
you.
me some purple.
You're a purple fan?
Yeah.
Okay. Once I got the logo that we put on the flyer, we got so much like just positive energy from that. I'm like, we got to throw that on the shirt.
And your EP you have, which was so dope, Thursday through Sunday.
Yes,
so why did you decide to name your songs after the days of the week?
So kind of like I said, I have to have like a strong concept, I feel. And part of So How Was Your Weekend was directly correlated to me being in the workplace in that 9 to 5, where it's just like the major theme to that EP was, and I'm sure you can relate. You go to your 9 to 5, it's a Monday morning. You probably did some ratchet shit all weekend, and that one nosy co-worker comes up and they're like, "Hey, so how was your weekend?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, it was cool. Didn't do much, nothing." Yeah, that's kind of like that was the major theme behind it, and so I touched on just themes from how a Thursday feels like, to what a Friday feels like when you want to turn up, Saturday turn up. And it's like this major theme of, as a person who's a dreamer, who, you know, the weekend is your time to really go chase your dreams because you're working all week. And the weekend is your time to get things done. And so many times we find ourselves distracted, parties, the girls, the Netflix, whatever it may be, whatever power, whatever's on. It's just like you get so distracted, and it's like some point you got to bring that back in and realize, yo, I got to keep this focus.
Yeah, you got to keep that hustle and keep that grind of what your main priority is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And because of that, that's kind of how the songs were sequenced. It was like Thursday was a way, Sunday felt a certain way, and this is what my Mondays are like after going back to work and realizing, damn, I didn't get nothing done this weekend towards my dreams. So yeah.
So I also like on your Instagram, because I was kind of stalking you a little bit. Okay.
Fair enough.
I like the balloon emoji. Okay. What made you want to do that? That's pretty interesting.
The balloon emoji came from, again, another T-shirt design that I came up with, where it's a boy and he's holding up a bunch of balloons, and at the top of the balloon there's a bunch of black and gray and white balloons, and at the very top is a red balloon. And the red balloon basically represents everything I stand for. It's just like there's so much of the same going on, and it's just like me, I want to just stand out and be something different. That red balloon represents just that standing out, being something different, dreaming. It's that whole flying kind of vibe to it. It's just soaring above the norm, basically.
So you have a whole analytics behind
Everything
that.
I do is thought out. Definitely.
So what's next for you in your brand?
I'm just continuing to build and grow, really. With the music, the biggest thing is I'm independently touring right now. So that's a major thing for me. I've hit now, within the past, let's say 14 months or so, I've hit obviously New York, we did DC, we did Baltimore, Philly, most recently Boston, now LA. So this is major for me, just off my own dime, off my own brain power, no record label, nobody backing me. It's like being able to just pick up and say, yo, I'm gonna go to this city and I'm gonna rock a show there. And I'm going to keep all the money. I'm not going to give it to somebody who's throwing a show for me or just putting me as, an act on their show. It's like a big thing for me is building your brand and really monetizing it and not just being a struggling, starving artist forever. So on the music front, that's where we're going with it. With the fashion front, the fall lineup is looking crazy.
Okay.
Actually got something for you today. I brought you a little something. So this is kind of transition. LA, you can rock this.
It's a balloon.
Yes, a little balloon. So this is our new thing for the girls. It's a dope little V-neck.
That. Yeah, I like that.
We put sweet dreams on it. So it's something that really means something, but at the same time, it's it's cute.
Yes,
right?
it's cute. So, and you got a large too, because the booze is big. Okay.
We gotta accommodate everybody, right?
Okay, so for anybody who does not know you, please tell them your Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and all that info.
Sure. I say honestly, right now, the central place to find everything. Go to Instagram, Detonator.ig. That's DETONATOR.ig. You can find everything there. The link in my bio will send you right to my website. You'll see all my music. Everything is there. My clothing line, everything is there.
Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram and Twitter at It's Bianca B. Also, subscribe to our channel, youtube.com/Bianca B Show. Make sure you guys follow him and support him. Bye, guys.
Yeah. Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 testing.